Good. Resilience is crucial for success, and I know you are very, very resilient with all your experiences so far. So, can you share some of those experiences? What are the setbacks you've encountered in your career, and how have you bounced back from it?
Wow, setbacks. Well, there are lots of setbacks. I
Mm,
think sometimes it's human nature to look at someone and say, "Oh, they don't have any problem." we
mm-hmm.
Every human being have very difficult times that they've gone through.
Yeah.
And I think that for me, I would say my first challenge, my first setback on on my decision to come to the UK, after I've made up my mind, and it
Yeah.
was when so we do this high LTS English proficiency exam
Yeah.
for our PLAB 1 for the qualifying
Yeah.
exam in the UK. My first attempt at that exam, I failed by 0.5.
Wow.
And it was like the first time I failed in my life, like from primary school. I can't remember failing an exam. And I was,
Wow.
it cast a doubt on you, and you feel like, am I good enough?
Mm,
For me, I think for me at that time, I would say my husband was very helpful because he was just like, he had checked the results. And even before I got to me, had booked me for another exam. Like, guy, calm down now.
motivator.
I was like,
Extraordinary.
"Hey, go and do it again." I was like, it was, I just needed to share it because some people just think that, oh, maybe I aced all my exams all at once and all that. No, I also had some ones that I didn't get at the first sitting. So I'm saying it how for people that maybe I know lots of doctors, nurses, certain jobs require you to do these English proficiency exams, and I know a lot of people just try and kind of drop the towels when they didn't get it the first time. I
Mm,
don't think it's if you want something, there will always be obstacles. It's you. Yeah, I know finances can be challenging. The fact that you have to gather money again to go and apply for these exams, but I think the mindset to know that yes, the fact that I fail doesn't mean I won't pass if I try again.
mm, yeah.
Think the highs of retrospection when you're attempting an exam again, the second time you're going, you are, if you're not going in fear, you are more confident because it's like you're
Mm-hmm.
doing a revision.
Yeah.
So you go in the exam more confident because you've done it before. It's not strange anymore. It's not,
Mm,
whilst it's not something one would want to do again, but if you ever had to
mm-hmm.
do any exam again, I don't think you should be afraid. I think you should go for it and give it your best shot again. So
Yeah.
that was one, by the way. Then what other setback did I have? So yeah, when I started working in the UK, yeah, I did a couple of exams to get into different training. So that's something about me. I don't go for one option. I try to leave my options wide. So I try one, two, three. I rate, I scale my preferences. So if I don't get one,
Wow.
can I get two? Can I cope
Mm,
with two? If
mm,
I don't get two, can I cope with three? Okay, yeah, I can cope with three. I can still, it might not be my preferred, but I can still function in it. So I did some of those exams. I didn't pass it.
I was
But
like, I'll do it again.
it was good
Nope.
for my knowledge anyways. But I later got my preferred one, so I wasn't bothered. I didn't pass the number two and
Oh, that's good.
number
Good, good, good.
three.
Oh, wow. That's good. Just to pick you up on IELTS. So, did that in any way help your language proficiency in the UK? Because I know lots of immigrants sometimes we struggle when we come with, language and all of that. Did that help in any way? Did you have to do any extra English class for you to be able to, speak to people, or how have you found that?
Not well. I would say probably studying for the exams helped in terms that the listening skills um, were quite of something that we were not used to, And I think it kind of introduced you to the accent, the way the British people talk, and how you listen to tease out what they're saying. So when I first came in, it was difficult for me to pick what people were saying when they were talking
You're
to
right.
you're right, you're right, you're good. It was
Thank
really,
you.
yeah, especially for the locals. So I think,
Yeah.
actually, and I think Nottingham is one of those cities that have this very strong local accent. So if you meet like a local Nottingham person speaking, like the English is different from someone from London. You can easily pick the clarity of the what they're saying from someone from London. But I think with time, it's I found out that I can always say, "Excuse me, I didn't quite pick that. Can you repeat yourself?"
Yeah.
So, like, don't be afraid to ask them to repeat themselves. They would gladly repeat themselves. And
Mm.
I think our English back home is not bad. We were good
We
enough.
did try.
No, no, no. We did try. We were good enough. So I think probably the only bit I would say is um, maybe the way we enunciate some words back home is not the way they do here. So I think those are the things I just needed to learn how to, not necessarily by
Mm.
changing your accents, it's just by enunciating the words properly.
Set your priorities right with language. Just speak clearly as much as possible, and you can always ask question if you don't understand somebody. Don't come 1 week ago and be forming yeah, yeah, you're right. Nobody will hear you. All right, all right. We just want to ask you, what advice would you give to people, immigrants who are just starting out their careers in the UK, and also just to add this in, has the role of mentors or models, has it helped you in your own journey, and how have you been able to include that in your career, basically? And then from that, we now talk about how you would advise someone who is just coming in. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So role models are very have been very useful for me, and I believe for us from Nigeria, I think representation matters, and the fact that
Mm,
you walk into a place, you walk into an hospital, a department, and you see someone who bears a name that is Nigerian, it kind of gives you a kind of a sense of belonging. That oh
mhm,
great, I'm not alone here. So I think role models have been very useful for me. I've got amazing friends that have been here and senior friends that have been here for a few years before I came in, and they've been very wonderful and they've been very helpful in resources and pointing you in the right direction. So
mm,
I say it. What you learn. They say I've learned to grow further because I've stood on the shoulders of giants or something. There's a saying like that.
yeah,
So I think we all need role models in our life. And I think as women for us, I think there are lots of limiting beliefs and stereotypes for us as well. And the fact that the way nature has made it, sometimes because once you become a mom, you often want to, just pipe down and don't chase anything anymore because motherhood is a job, is a huge job on its own. So
mm,
sometimes when some days when I'm just tired, I'm just stressed, I just go to like Wikipedia and I just start typing different names. I just see one name pop up in US, like a Nigerian who is already like a very top consultant, and I'm like, this man is a woman, no, and she has done the random people that I don't even know from anywhere. I'm just like,
well, that's
they
so
can
good.
do it. Me too. I should be able to, because sometimes, the stress that comes with working and training, doing your career, taking care of the
Mm,
children, it's a lot on us as women. So I think
mm,
we all need those role models. We all need those people, even the ones that we can't see, but the ones that we can even see, that we can talk to, we can, let them hear us rant, hear us,
I know.
when you're just like tired and you're just overwhelmed, you
Yeah,
just want to hear you say,
yeah.
don't worry, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. Don't worry, you're
Um,
fine.
I've been there, done that. You
Yeah,
will be okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that rule is very is important. I was going to say something which I believe. It says, as we let our light shine, we will cautiously give permission for others to shine. So it's a quote
Awesome.
from one of these very popular, I think it's from, I learned from the Aquila and the Bee, that film
Mm,
a long time ago. So yeah, we sometimes we are afraid, we are scared, but the light you shine, you never know how the extent of the illumination has gone onto other people's darkness. So I believe, yes, role models are vital. They are important.
Mm.
They help you see that your dreams are achievable. You can do it. Um,
Awesome.
yeah. And
Yes.
then you asked me about advice.
Yeah, your advice for people that are just coming in, people who are just starting their careers in the UK. I know you are a doctor. There might be doctors
Mm,
out there who would love to come to the UK, or maybe are here already and looking at how, to maybe write their PLAB exams and all that, or
well,
maybe at that time in their life where they're thinking, oh, what should I do? What should I not do? What would be your
mm,
advice?
what I would say is, the world is your oyster, and don't limit yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
what I've noticed here is, with hard work and just doing your bit, offers come,
Mm.
offers come. You don't even
Mm.
have to do so much like the way we do back home. You just
Mm.
look at their guidelines, look at what they want you to do. Like, put in your best efforts, pray. Yes, it would work. And
Mm.
sometimes things might look very difficult, especially if you're transitioning. Maybe you yet
Mm.
your qualifying exams to work. Yeah, you have to do maybe, what do we call these jobs? These service jobs, just to get things going for yourself or your family. You know,
Mm.
I'd be tough because I've also done that. I've been there, so I know sometimes you go to these jobs and the supervisor or whoever is the manager talks to you anyhow, and you're like, oh my god, I'm not meant to be here.
Abby?
I'm meant to be, But one of my friends then during masters, I remember we used to do these hospitality jobs in the kitchen, the student kitchen. And there was a day, one of the managers was just, I don't know if she was having a bad day. I just came and she just said, I should go. I just stayed 10 minutes and she just said I should start going back. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Start going back for what? What have I done?
I'm going to lose my money. Oh.
You know now that you've calculated the time you've left and you
I'm
didn't add
telling
this
you.
per hour money. I left. I was now calling one of my other colleagues. We're doing masters together. I was ranting to her over the phone. She was not like, oh, baby, don't worry. You're a doctor. You will soon have your exams. That's where she would remain for a long time of her career. You won't remain there. In fact,
Mm.
I just said that. I knew that, but I didn't even think of it that way. But at that moment, it was what I needed to lift me up of the way my mood was at that time. So there will be bad days, there will be good days. Even as a doctor, there are bad days. So, but knowing that when the bad days come, they won't be forever. And
Mm.
the sun will shine, the morning will come. Yeah. So I believe that we I don't think there's any human being, even the richest people that we admire, I'm sure they will have their own down moments as well. So
Yes.
I think, not giving up, I think that's the most important thing. Daily little efforts, I think it counts a lot. And I think another thing that people overwhelm themselves with is looking at how soon things would happen.
Mm.
Instead of looking at how soon things would happen, why not look at what can I do today, no matter how little, towards what I'm
Mm.
aiming for. So me, I believe in little gradual steps. I'm not someone that
Awesome.
believes in I've come here today and I must buy a Bugatti tomorrow, and all those kind of. I'm
Yeah.
a realist. I'm a realist, so I try to be as
Yeah.
realistic as possible. I don't, because if you're not realistic, you put yourself under unnecessary pressure. Give yourself
Yeah.
a frame. You don't have to. The fact that your friends are having this, that, and now, and you don't have, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have it. You will have it at your own time too.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
just keep doing. I think is that rush, and I think as Nigerians, the culture back home makes you want to always want to. You're very competitive. You want to do this. You want to get what this person has gotten. You want to. I don't think we need. It's not a good vibe. It's not a
Don't
healthy
put
vibe.
yourself under pressure.
Yeah, because you push yourself under unnecessary pressure.
Mm,
You realize that when you're under pressure, you do things that you would in your normal self would not attempt to do, and those
mm,
things be things that are worthy, that are good, and
yeah.
in the long run might end up tainting your opportunities or even getting the best deals that are out there for you. I don't know if
Mm,
you think so.
yeah.
That's
So
what.
yeah, there you have it. Dr. Gbemi, she worked as a kitchen staff, a part-time. That was a part-time job. I'm sure I
Yeah.
worked as a kitchen staff as well. I think we should give a lot of, kudos to University of Nottingham kitchen.
Oh
Oh my
yes.
God. I think everyone that went to University of Nottingham worked in the kitchen. Most international
Most
students.
people, most. Yeah.
I worked in the kitchen as well. I worked in Cripps Hall. Yeah,
Yeah.
kudos. Thank you, University of Nottingham. The
Yeah, I think
University of
University of
Nottingham.
is a good school.
They've been serving international students
No, I
since,
think, I think, I think, I think, I think it's a good school. And let me just chip in something for international students as well. I
Yeah.
think people don't maximize the opportunities that are available in the job centers of the universities. Like,
Mm,
because I know for University of Nottingham, we had like a student center that had like this job
Unitems.
opportunities. Is it Uniterms? Then they had this career stuff as well that they will
Yeah.
advise you on how to do your
Yes.
CV. There were so many opportunities in Nottingham then.
Mm,
I got a research associate job just by, so for me, I pay attention to details. People just walk in places, you see information, you don't even bother to think about what was going on. So whilst I
yeah.
was doing the kitchen job, I just went to read in the postgraduate center one night. And on the screen, it just brought out bespoke internship or something for
Yeah.
masters and PhD students. And what's this? I saw the link. I just clicked the link. And I saw the job opportunities, research associates. So what are they asking? SDGs. Something I was doing. I can do it now. It's not
Why not?
what I was doing in Nigeria. What was there?
Yeah.
Just applied. I went for
Great.
the interview. It was tough. It was in humanities. It was under law. So most people
Mm,
history and law. But I was in
yeah.
public health and I got it. My course director was like, "Well done. That's really good." Because I was just like, and it was better pay, less hours. Like we're just doing research and they were paying me like £16 per hour and I still had like holiday to claim or something.
Holiday pay.
So it was
Yeah.
like £22. From when
Free
you were
money.
getting like
Minimum wage in the kitchen.
yeah, that period I bought as a student. Oh my classmates like, how did
Oh.
you get it? I was like, I just applied and I shared it. So that's something about me. When I see something, I share with my colleagues. I'm like, you guys be looking at this website. But
Mm.
people
Oh,
just
that's
don't
good.
want to. I think people
Yeah.
just don't want to change. I think oftentimes people are comfortable with the minimum. They don't want to push themselves. So when you come into the country and you see that you're doing a minimum wage job, you don't have to do a minimum wage job for 5 years. Even if you're not a doctor, whatever
Mm.
profession you read back home, I'm sure they are
Yeah.
available for you to use that to propel you to another level. They're just
Yes.
jobs to keep you going, but they're not the jobs that you should think of building your life or your existence on. Because in this place, if you don't knock, you don't get. And there are
Mm.
many doors that are waiting for you to knock. And
Mm.
it's ready to be opened because the door is almost open. They just needed you to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think people should not limit themselves to. Uh,
Great.
yeah, they should try. If you need to do an additional course, if you need to do an additional training, and that's something about the work market here. Um, you use money to earn more money. Sometimes you need to
Mm.
classes that are expensive. Yes, not
Mm.
the sacrifice you're paying for you to be able to, get to the next level. Sometimes you might need to take a loan or borrow from friends just to. But I just believe that constantly working on yourself, that you're
Yeah.
not the where you were last year, you're not where you were 2 years ago. You know,
Oh.
no matter how little it is, make
Mm.
yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. So as you make progress out there, don't stay where you are. Don't stick to warehouse jobs. Don't stick with kitchen jobs. There are lots of opportunities here. And, from what Dr. Gbemi has been saying, it just means no experience is lost. Every experience you have does count. And we're trusting God that those opportunities will come your way as we begin to close down, shut down, this wonderful interview session with Dr. Gbemi. We just wanted to ask what are any specific achievements or milestones in your career that you're so proud of, and what lessons have you learned from them?
Okay,
It's
so
time to blow your
I should
trumpet.
blow my trumpet. So, well, I would say that getting into internal medicine training, I would say, was my highlight, because when I was applying, a lot of people even told me that you need to move, or that means you might not get Nottingham. You have to move to another place. And I just was
Mm.
like, I don't want to move, and I applied. I just did everything I needed to do, and I got into the job. There's this imposter syndrome that keeps coming each and every one of us at this point in time. And,
Mm.
you do some job, you do some, you're meant to be getting feedbacks, and you send feedbacks to seniors, and they give you good feedback. Like, okay, so I'm not that bad. Like, I'm good. I'm doing my best. So I would say that was my highlights. And then I think I pulled a stunt whilst I was on maternity leave. I attempted one exam then.
Wow.
Just tried it too, but I passed. So
Woo! She
yes.
had twins, so she was pregnant for twins.
And I guess I think it's just making efforts. Yeah,
Wow.
we can do it. It might be draining
Awesome.
physically because I think it kind of
Wow.
gives you a sense of satisfaction that the time wasted is not in vain.
Mm.
Because if you want to start comparing, there's no point. One of my friends said, one of my senior friends said, "Don't worry about there is no classmate anymore. After medical school, there's no classmate anymore. Forget it, because it is not there." And I actually believe it because there is no point. Everyone's journey is different,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
believe that um, making little efforts, as I say, and where your weaknesses are, you work on it. Yeah. Um,
Mm.
even the most brilliant people, the most efficient people, they've applied themselves to maybe learn their skill, study hard. So I don't
Mm.
think anything good comes easy, to be honest. We all have to pay that dues of hard work, and depending on the support we have around us will now determine how easy it is. If you're more financially buoyant, you can employ people to do some work for you to ease the stress. Beautiful. But if you're not, you just have to work around what you have. That's what I believe.
Yeah, thank you. That's just, so wonderful, Dr. Gbemi. We are so grateful. And that's why we have no limit connections, because it just means we can't be limited in our abilities. Her pregnancy wasn't a limitation for her to pass the exam. She went for it. Go, mommy, go, mommy. I'm sure the twins in her womb were just saying, Mommy, you can make it. And yeah, we're so excited about your journey. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us and your experiences. And I'm sure, yeah, we have to bring your husband here, the tech man. We need to invite him here to come and tell us. Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Gbemi. We're so excited for this wonderful time we spent together. Thank you. And if you're out there, this is the first edition of No Limit Connections. And yeah, we're going to be bringing more people on here to share their experience, because we believe that all of our experiences are unique, and it's so limitless what we can achieve as immigrants when we come to the UK. We've been able to contribute, to the success of this country, and we just have to celebrate ourselves and thank God for it. So thank you so much, Dr. Gbemi, for taking this wonderful time. And yeah, so if you're new here, kindly subscribe to this channel for more valuable content. More is coming, more is coming. And yeah, thank you to all our wonderful community for watching. I hope you watched to the end because we're still here and we Dr. Gbemi have dropped a lot of gems in this wonderful interview. So watch out for the next No Limit Connection, visit. Thank you
Problem. Thank
so
you
much.
for having me, and thank you
Thank
for
you.
all that you do for the community. I must say that Dr. Yemisi is a very, very fantastic person.
Oh,
I got to know her on the WhatsApp group that was created for we that were coming into Nottingham then. And she was always giving information, and everybody asked
oh,
questions.
thank you.
Very resourceful. And she doesn't even have to know you from anywhere. She'll just drop like information. So I believe in what she's doing. I believe she's got the
Oh,
experience.
thank you.
She's got the she's done the work. She's been through the process. She's been through the loops, and I endorse any information she gives
Oh,
you.
thank you so much. Oh, Dr. Gleams, thank you so much. All right, sis.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for your wonderful time. And see you next time on No Limit Connection. Stay
Thank you.
connected, subscribe, like, share. We love to hear your comments. Connect with Dr. Gbemi. She's on LinkedIn. She's Gbemisola Peter-Ayeni. She's very wonderful and resourceful as well. So if you're a doctor wanting to come to the UK, she's very helpful. Connect with her on LinkedIn. I'm sure she will not disappoint. Just reach out to me if you need to hear more from her. Thank you very much for joining us
Okay.
today on No Limit Connections. See you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Doc. Bye.
you.